Alright, it is 9:27 a.m. a Thursday, the last day of September, and the watch list is the same. Like I said yesterday, I just don't want to make this anything more, crazy, ridiculous. I don't want it to be any bigger than this. They're going to be morning panic bounce plays. At least the majority of these are going to be pretty good potentials. Maybe ILUS if it breaks this 36 level. IFAN could be a morning panic bounce play as well, although this one's kind of weird and I would have to trade this on E-Trade, which I don't necessarily want to do, especially because I only have one day trade available, so I'd rather maybe just try to keep it unless it looks super nice. ISWH could be a morning panic bounce play as well, but this one doesn't really trade with nice volume. TGGI is just going to be some kind of reversal to watch. I'm honestly not really interested in trading these, but it could be having a dip here, trying to hold red to green or whatever, green to red. It's just trying to hold that previous close level. At least, right now, maybe it'll open and have a gap down or something, but this thing could try to continue putting up higher lows, higher highs, and, just try to reverse. CYBL is at 65. Morning panic bounce play as well if it looks nice. Again, this is another one, as well as TONR that I'd have to trade on E-Trade. I'm less interested in TONR for a morning panic bounce play because it just had this breakouts the other day above this 78 level, give or take. So I'd rather see that run a little bit more for me to then consider it. If it were to just have one today, I mean, sure, this could be a potential resistance level, but I'll probably be just a bit cautious. Again, it's another one of those E-Trade setups. And FERN is just going to be a watch. I'm not really that interested in it, but it could do something nice. And CEI is just going to be a watch to see what this one does. I'm not really interested in shorting this one anymore. I think it's just something good to look at and just learn from that price action here. Alright, 35 just broke. Nice. It is 9:38 and I traded ILUS twice. One was a $700 position, 2,000 shares. The other one was just 1,000 shares. And I'll probably watch this one, sure, but at this point I'm not really that interested in trading it. Maybe if it tries to bottom out or something, but it's not looking that nice. It could have support at this 34, 33 level, but price action is king. Yeah, I had two trades. They were both profitable. Percent gains, they were puny, absolutely puny. So my first entry was back here. That was 933, level 2 reversal basically, and that was an entry at 352. So right here, 352. Yeah, 933, level 2 reversal. The bottom of the wicks to risk, as well as 35. So pretty nice support level to risk off of. I think it has plenty of cushion to trade in that sense. And then I sold about the next minute at 934. That was the next minute, and I sold in this little wick because it just was kind of sketchy, right? It had one of these before, not on the morning panic bounce play, but when somebody sold a whole bunch of shares, it just had one of these sketchy wicks, and I sold at 3553. So I almost sold the very top. So again, I bought here and I sold here at the top. Just didn't like how it dropped so much volume was traded, but the stupid thing, like this level, the VWAP, it wasn't very high. Like if it did this setup and the VWAP was at like 36.5, that would have been nice, and you get in at 35.2, that would have been a lot better. But because it was so small, the range 35.2 was when I entered, and then 35.53 right there is the top of the goal to sell into. It just didn't seem that nice. And then with the price action and all, I just said, forget it, I'm not, I'm gonna get out of it. It just doesn't seem right. And then I had one more trade, smaller size, 935 right here, because it was able to hold 35 again, and that made it look kind of nice. There was a lot of support. at 35, so why not take it? And I got in again 35, 935, and the price was 351 right here, 351. This was a pretty good execution with Schwab. And then I sold at 352. When was that? 937. So I held this one a bit longer, right? And I sold at 352. I just didn't like the price action. It was just looking very ugly. And then this level right here was downtrending VWAP. So you know, I got out the trade for that reason. It did break 35 ultimately. Maybe this is the Astro Morning Panic Bounce Play bottom. Sure, could totally be that. Why not? I don't mind that I miss it. We do have a big volume candle here. I don't like how it failed here. Maybe it'll just trade up and down here, but it could also just play out and be the ultimate morning panic bounce play. Is not trading with the best range. I mean, you think, oh, okay, you're in here, wow, you sell there, but it's only 2 pennies. I mean, I guess it could be a lot worse. I've seen worse charts. See if it breaks this level. It probably will, because I'm not in the trade, but I'm also avoiding this craziness. You know, this thing wasn't really looking that nice. I didn't look at this one until now. IFAN, I don't see anything. I mean, it could reverse. CYBL did do one, but again, I would have had to have traded this one on E-Trade, and it wasn't really the best drop. Most of these are trying to uptrend some more. CEI looks like spaghetti. If ERN keeps going, TGGI is trying to reverse. TONR, I guess not that bad of a drop, but it looks kind of hard to trade. ISWH, kind of weird looking. It looks like it's actually trying to break out at this point. Yeah, it looks like it's trying to break this range. That will be interesting. That's all I have for right now. I'll keep watching ILUS. I don't know. This might be like one of those where I only trade this thing if it does a 3 ticker rule. So if it does 3 green candles in a row, I get in the next candle. I risk the bottom of the 3rd candle, in theory, because this one's trading kind of ugly, but it could try to support, you know, hold this level right here at 33 and eventually make a move towards the upside. I can totally do that. Alright, it is damn. Okay, sketchy penny stocks. Let me switch to the other screen. I know how to do this. Alright, you see this right here? Am I showing my account number? Nope. I just had my first $100 day in a very long time. Sketchy IFAN. This thing did the same thing as the previous day, and I got to really participate in this one. So I traded, I think this was a $1,500. Okay, $1,500 position. 947. I was in it. I felt like it wasn't really the best entry, but because it kind of had this little perk to 383, and I hit the very top of that, and I think my limit was 384. Yeah, and I got executed at 383. But here's the thing, and I saw that. Alright, well, okay, let's go over my entry. 947 was 383. It did have like sketchy price action. The volume was overall starting to fade, and it was at one point lower than my risk level just by a tiny bit. It was so small. It was just such a short period of time, and then it started to trade with a wide spread like it's doing right here, and it just really just jumped on air. It's not the first time I've seen this now with morning panic bounce plays. This one doesn't have like the best volume, but I got to participate in this one, and yeah, just pretty thankful for God, really, for this opportunity here. But this was a nice sketchy price action, sure, because it does jump on air, but I mean, there's plenty of chance to sell here for a profit, even though I sold at 413 right here, and that was my sell was 952 right here at 413. It did get as high as 42 too. My entry again was back here at 947, 383, and I sold at 413, 105 bucks. I don't know what the percent gain was. I mean, I guess 38 and a half. No, yeah, 38 to 41. Let's just see. Yeah, I don't know, maybe like 10%. No, I'm just kidding. Just under 10%, I think. I'll figure out later. I might not even trade it like the rest of today. ILUS continued to drop, right? It just continued the downtrend, and it wasn't my favorite with IFAN. I had to trade a $1,500 position because they charge commissions. You know, yesterday I only made $1.23. This one was a lot nicer. CYBL, I guess, had a panic at some point. It looks kind of weird. I probably wouldn't have been interested in it even if I saw it there. I do not want to do anything stupid, even if I miss out like a mumbo jumbo breakout, you know, freaking thing. ILUS holds freaking what is this now? This is now 31. It holds 31 and it closes at 39 or something crazy. I don't care. I'm just probably not going to trade the rest of today. I will be looking at CEI just because it's interesting. Actually not right here. It's actually kind of ugly right here, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be trading anything else today. Why should I do something dumb and, you know, try to go double down, triple down? I'll just you know, take it really chill. Yeah, I'm pretty thankful for that trade. That was a nice one. I'm glad I got to participate in it. You know, a little crazy price action, but it went in my favor this time, and yeah, so I guess I'm up like $111, I guess, but I think that's where it's gonna stay. I'm probably not gonna trade anything else. I can't trade on E-Trade anymore because that was my last pattern, my last day trade, but I can still trade on Schwab. I just can't trade any of these anymore, so I'll just watch, but I'm probably not going to trade anything else today. Alright, it is 11:17 and I want to make an update. CYBL was having a panic very similar to ILUS, where it just kind of had a range and then it failed right here and then it does it again, and wow. ILUS is having a massive drop and it's giving very little opportunity for a bounce. I traded this mess right here. Now it looks like nothing. CYBL looks very similar. See, it had like a morning panic bounce play, I guess. Right, and then it just had a panic. Now, it might try to turn around because it looks a bit like an inverse head and shoulder, head, shoulder. Maybe an entry at 5, but it looks like it doesn't. No, it does trade with range. They could try to turn around here, but I'm not going to trade this because that would mean I would break the PDT rule on E-Trade. This is only tradable on E-Trade. My Schwab account does not accept, you know, buys or sells with this. And even if I was interested in it, if it was tradable on Schwab, I probably wouldn't want to trade it to begin with because I just don't want to do something dumb. I'll just sit back and, you know, look at these stocks. Okay, FERN is having one too. Wow. 63 to 45. Imagine not cutting losses quickly on this. Here was a morning panic bounce play, although I might have been sketched. I might have, you know, been stuck here. It looks like these are really failing today. These morning panic bounce play setups, except for the one I traded. Thankfully, IFAN. We did get from 50 to 54, so just under 10% here. And this wouldn't have been that bad, honestly. You know, 50 cents is a, well, I guess not 50, but 5 cents is a nice round number. It didn't have a red candle until here, 52. That's not that bad. This thing could try to reverse and maybe do inverse head and shoulders too. Let's see if CYBL is going to do it. It's right at its lows. ISWH is still trying to hang on there. You know, at this point, maybe this one will downtrend at some point, but it might be super slow and not worth it. TGGI, it's also having a panic. Nothing really nice. TONR, nothing I'm interested in either, although it's, you know, it keeps uptrending. This one's still holding compared to the other ones. ILUS is breaking the day low again. Yeah, this is one of those where it's a tsunami panic. It just has a continuous panic, no real nice bounces. The 3 green candle rule, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. You risk the bottom, which is 30 cents. You're in at 30.60. Here's 1 red candle, and then here's another one. I think that would have been a sell at 31.52 from 30. Not much range. Here was another one in theory. 1, 2, 3. You risk the bottom, which might be the wick here, maybe just the bottom of the candle. Immediately 2 red candles, so that would have been hard. Maybe a tiny loss there, 51.3 to 51 or something like that. And it, no, it didn't do it there. Yeah, that's about it. No green candles here in a row. That's all I have for right now. I'll make an update later, but these things are looking very depressing. I'd be interested in seeing if CYBL is going to try to turn around, because it looks like a potential inverse head and shoulders. Not the nicest, because the neckline is right there at 51.4, which isn't that much range. Alright, it is 6:46 p.m. and I'm here to call it off. I think today I am up like $112, 13, something like that. And yeah, that was 3 trades. One was, what was the order? 933. And then this one on E-Trade was, okay, yeah, so I had 2 trades with ILUS in the beginning, and it's kind of funny now looking at what the chart has done where my trades were, but they were all in this little baby tiny, super tiny range right here. Just didn't like the price action, and I didn't like how that VWAP level was just so close to the bottom of the panic. It just felt like maybe there wasn't going to be much range, and that actually ended up being right. I was pretty right calling it off, you know, both times, cutting the trade because of the bad price action. Maybe a better version of me would not have even have traded it to begin with, but it did turn around eventually. I just did not really want to trade anymore after my trade with IFAN, and this was a turnaround. It kind of had that, you know, kind of higher low price action that I like seeing right here. Although, I mean, it did it here too, right? And then it kind of failed, but you know, it definitely did it here. Maybe you can call this an inverse head and shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. 26 to 29. That would have been nice. It did put up a lower low here from here, and then it started to consolidate, and then it broke the level, and it made another run from 30 to 35. So what, like a 20% move? Pretty impressive there. And FERN also was very similar in that it did that as well. This one again kind of put up like a higher low here. You could have traded the double bottom here as well. 46 to 47, not that much range, but it did kind of put up that little, I guess here, the higher low in theory. But you know, it's easy to look at these things in hindsight. ILUS was much better, but this one was from maybe 45. It did get to 54, and it did continuously put up higher lows, although it wasn't really perfect. Like here, it was a lower low from here. But both of these did reversals. CYBL, actually this was a third one. This one was even harder to trade. The inverse head and shoulders I was looking at worked just a little bit. It pretty much didn't work, but it did move a little before it faded again. and then that's when the turnaround happened. 11:32, 11:41. Alright, this one was a bit earlier, but yeah, basically 11:30 is when all three of these started to turn around. And ILUS, I think, was the best one. This one would have been hard, but it was a double bottom. I think FERN was probably harder. Yeah, FERN was the hardest one. ILUS was the easiest one. CYBL was second place. Nice morning panic bounce place. After they failed so many times, I should probably consider maybe a move after 11, because this isn't the first time I've seen something like this. TGGI, this one was just fading, nothing really crazy. It's not at its highs anymore. ISWH kind of had some red price action, but this one is pretty illiquid, but it did offer something. And IFAN was my trade. I was in here and I got out here. Super nice. Wow. And look at this. It goes to 48. Could you imagine that? No way would I have sold there or a bought here, but that's a crazy spike at the end of the day. And see, yeah, it just looks a bit choppy. It doesn't really look as nice as it was yesterday. That's all I have. I'm really happy that I was able to really for the first time nail one of these nicely in terms of selling above the VWAP level, and just trading a larger size too, and I had to. And this time, yeah, with E-Trade it went in my favor. I'm really happy with the trading. I didn't do anything stupid. Although ILUS, FERN, and CYBL could have really have been something where I could have went long a setup too for a nice reversal. Well, not really CYBL, because I would only be able to trade FERN, ILUS, because you know I can't trade on E-Trade until the PDT thing is over with. I probably can't trade that until Tuesday, but yeah, pretty nice here. That's all I got. I really look forward to rewatching this. About time I have a nice 3-figure day. I'm very thankful to God for that, and I just have to keep putting in the efforts. It's about time I can nail one of these. I've messed up so many times, and I'm sure I'll continue to mess up on these setups, but I think I just get that much better every single time, and that's all I can do. I'm really thankful for today, and yeah, once again, I look forward to rewatching this.